do it even if you're not ready. Something interesting that I've started to notice around me is how pessimistic a lot of people are, especially um, with the people I hang out with. And yeah, I completely understand their point of view and where they are coming from because, well, as a college student myself, it's rough out there, right? You have a collapsing market economy, jobs that are looking for at least 5-year minimum. Like we're talking about entry level jobs. Everyone's scared shitless of AI uh, stealing their job, right? I'm affected by all of this. You know, I'm an artist. I love to draw anything creative in general. And image generation is a very big problem for us artists. But that's not what I'm trying to get into. What I'm trying to talk about is how you, even despite all the odds, even despite all the competition, should still do it anyways, unprepared. Because you'd surprise yourself how many things you learn just by doing things. I see a lot of people get into this trap of over preparing and kind of living in their head. And this, I am talking from experience, unfortunately. The typical route goes something like this. Okay? It goes, you find a really cool hobby, whether it be on YouTube, Instagram, or any form of social media. You go to learn it. Let's say an example, one that I'm very familiar with is going to be art. In art, I would find these beautiful drawing, literally like it's almost as if Da Vinci himself was reincarnated and then true for us on Instagram, right? Uh I get inspired. I'd go on a drawing platform. In this case for me, it was Clip Studio Paint. Watch like 10,000 tutorials only to, you know, I got decent at it, but never got firsthand experience and the know-hows of how to get into the art industry itself. Skills are, right? Skills are very, very important. But you learn a lot more if you just shove yourself right into the fire. You kind of like have to, like, I know this sounds crazy, but you almost have to be a retard. I've had a lot of very intellectual friends, right? They're 10 times smarter than me, but that work would kind of work against them in a way. They'd be planning out this extravagant study plan, how they're gonna learn this skill and then get a mentorship and then go through 3 courses, right? Very complicated, right? Their path of progression goes like this. Very, very confusing. But what I think is missing is taking that risk, putting yourself in a very uncomfortable spot, and just take a stab at trying to go straight into the field, right? That's exactly what I'm trying to do with content creation. Initially, I was also trapped in this like almost tutorial hell. I'd go on YouTube, I'd search up, oh, how to learn Premiere Pro, how to make a thumbnail, how to talk better. I straight up before this, I was talking in front of a camera and just speaking about my day. And I wouldn't upload it. This is just purely for speaking practice. But the problem with that is that it doesn't build courage. The courage to go out and actually upload your first video. For anyone aspiring to be a creator out there, if you don't take anything at all, I want you to take this one statement home. In the future, where AI content is gonna overrule the world and everyone is brainwashed by social media following the trend, there's going to be two groups of people. Two groups of people. Those who took a risk and those who didn't. I promise you, it's as simple as that. There's nothing you could possibly lose from going out there and taking a risk, just doing it. Like, fuck it, we ball. Okay? This, online, there's this statement um, that have been getting very popular. People have been repeating over and over again. It's so over. Why even bother trying? The odds are stacked against me. I might as well not try in the first place. What happened, guys? What happened to we're all gonna make it? I want you to think about that for just a second. Have you thought about it? I hope you have. And when you go out and try new things, there will be so much people who are going to be weirded out and almost disgusted by the fact that you've become a stranger to them. People are comfortable with things they are familiar with. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. But this also applies for people. People hate change. They would rather go in one direction rather than take maneuvers, even if they knew it was good for them. Because what if? What if I fall and bruise myself? What if I lose a bunch of money? What if people start to look at me differently? Right? But the very definition of change is to do something different, to be different, to try something new. Extraordinary means you stand out. An extraordinary person stands out. And if they stands out from the crowd, be the black sheep, of course people are going to give them weird looks. But will they let it go to their head? That's up to them. That's completely up to them. 1 in 400 trillion. 1 in 400 trillion. That is the chances of being born. And you only have one shot. Just one shot, man. One shot, 70, 80 years, you're gone. Off the face of this earth, no one will remember you. I've thought about it a lot, and it scares me shitless. The fact that I won this biological lottery just to waste it slaving under a boss that I don't even like, making them money while I get paid barely enough to keep up with today's standard of living and taxes and inflation, you know? If you're watching this, I adore you. I beg of you. Please go out and take a risk, try new things, build a brain for yourself. When AI it eventually takes over and people continue to be brainwashed by social media over and over and over again, they numb their brain. They start to not think for themselves, not to consider different argument, and they follow whatever trend there is blindly. Because do you know what they're going to say? I have so much in my life that I don't even want to bother thinking for myself. That is a sad reality. And it's only going to get harder and harder if you don't start now. It has always been that way, but especially in this age where most people are scared shitless, I want you to stop giving a fuck and go out there and try. Just give it a shot. Maybe not a shot. Maybe take a shot and do it 1,000 times. Okay? Don't let failure define who you are as a person. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm also trying my best out there. I hope you guys like this style of content. Setup isn't that great. I've got like a backlight I use for study, my phone, and then this mic that I bought that was on sale. You know? So this also proves that it doesn't take that much to get started. Also, shout out to the 5 people who subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. You don't even know how much that means to me. When I first uploaded my previous video, that only reached out to so much people, but I'm glad that connected with some of you. And to the person who left that very supportive comment, thank you, brother. You don't know how much that means to me. Keep striving. Thank you so much.